Yeah. So I think we have solved this first four paragraph, right?
Yes.
First
Yes.
first five paragraph, not four, five. So okay, we are at here. It associates with a period of our lives,
Lives, lives.
lives that we would like to return to.
And we are at here, nahi, we are here.
We are here, not yet.
Uh,
Okay,
scroll up,
we are
scroll up.
okay. Paragraph.
No. The questions, the list of questions.
Okay, there is not scrollable more.
No, I'm asking you to scroll up, not down.
Okay, up.
Go up, go up.
Okay,
What is the writer's main point in fifth paragraph? No. We were discussing 33rd question.
okay,
Yes.
yeah,
May depend on adults' sense of identity. Fourth paragraph.
yes, yes. We are here, right?
Yes. May depend on adults' sense of identity. Okay.
Yes. And second one
So
is not affect.
we had already seen that the answer is the first option. But why
Yes.
is it the first option? Where can you find the evidence that supports this statement?
Okay, adults sense of identity.
Okay, first of all, identify the keywords that you need to locate in the passage.
Okay, identify. Yeah.
No,
So
not in the passage. I'm asking you to identify the keywords in the option which will lead you to the answer.
uh, sense sense of identity. Adult sense of identity.
Yes, adult sense of identity. Now you know what to look for in the passage. So always before um,
Lo-
before you start searching for something inside the passage, you should know what you're looking for.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just looking this one phrase. This one phrase, right? And I think our different elements. They may teach the right concept. I think okay. This seems to be relevant to earliest memories of learned since one activity. They often develop strong feelings which are perhaps based on their experience.
Perhaps नहीं.
Sorry, perhaps. ये मैंने मगजમાં જેવું રહી ગયું. Perhaps. Okay. So here the author clearly mentioned that perhaps based on their chosen line of work of their interest, they often develop a strong feeling who they are.
Yes. Strong
So
feeling of who they are. So that is their sense of identity.
yes, and
That is why it is the correct answer. So now you are pretty sure that the answer to the 33rd question is option A and not any of the other options.
yes, yes. Right. So what is the writer's main point in the fifth
Fifth
paragraph?
paragraph. Okay, we need to read the fifth paragraph.
नहीं हજી અહીંયા એક બાકી છે ને autobiographical.
Okay, yes, autobiographical memory.
Yes, it describes recollections that are associated with a very strong emotion. Uh, in this passage, we cannot find emotion words.
No, you don't see. You need to find the definition of autobiographical memory. So
Yeah,
don't read all the options and then try to find those options inside this paragraph. It might happen that two options, the information present in any two or more options could be present in the paragraph, but we're not
yeah,
concerned with that information. We just want to know the definition of autobiographical memory. So just find the definition of that memory and then try to relate that definition with the options given here. That'll be much easier and you'll find the answer very easily.
Yeah. So this is the concept of that many people construct a narrative of their lives and select memories that contribute most forcefully to that narrative. Okay. So in these definitions,
Yeah,
there is no
is this the definition? Okay.
in
Another important idea is that of autobiographical memory. Okay, that is
yes,
fine. Autobiographical memory. So you're introducing a new term. That is why this sentence. Then
yeah,
this is the concept. So
yeah,
the first sentence began with the word important idea. The next sentence uses the word concept. So it's the same whether you say important idea or an important concept. That is the same. So we are talking about this, but in a different way. Autobiographical memory is the concept that many people
yeah.
construct a narrative of their
Their
lives
life
and
select
select
memories that
memories that
most
contribute
forcefully to
most
the narrative.
forcefully to that narrative.
Yes. Okay. So there is word emotion no mention in this concept.
But why? Why are you focusing on the word emotion? What did I say? You need to find the definition of this term, autobiographical memory. You've already highlighted the definition, and if you still feel that okay, this is somehow not clear, then you can read the examples mentioned in this passage to better understand the term autobiographical memory. Once you know what autobiographical memory means, you should evaluate all the options and see which one is a paraphrase of this definition. Why
Okay.
are you focusing on the word emotion? Whether emotion is present in this passage or not is
It
it's
doesn't matter.
yes, it does not matter. You need to be concerned with the entire definition, not just one or two words.
Okay. Okay. So first of all, I go through all the options. Then I'll decide. Right.
Yes, first you read the definition. You've already read the definition. Now you know what autobiographical memory is. Now start reading every option one by one and then compare. Is the first does can you paraphrase the first
No.
option? I
No.
mean, is it a paraphrase of the definition? If it is, okay. If it is not, then go to the second option. Then again check. Is it a paraphrase of the definition? Then continue like that.
Okay. I follow this method strategy. Right. Okay. It is associated with a period of our lives that we would like to return to. It is associated with a period of our lives that we would like to return to. Okay, this is not a paraphrase of autobiographical memories.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it describes the period after which lifelong memories begin. Begin. Yes. नहीं पास एग्जांपल मैं पूछे how to construct a narrative of their
No,
lives
no,
and
no.
select
Lifelong memory. Are we talking about
lifelong.
lifelong memory in this paragraph or were we talking about it in the previous paragraph?
No, in previous paragraph, it is the
Yes, this is
concept of
childhood amnesia.
it is the concept of childhood amnesia.
Yes, it is not autobiographical memory.
Okay, મારા મગજમાં એવું હતું કે આ કંઈક આવ્યું હતું એવું પણ એ ઓકે ગોટ ઇટ
ઉપર હતું આવ્યું હતું but it was in the previous paragraph.
ઓકે ગોટ ઇટ okay it is childhood amnesia. It describes childhood amnesia. Okay, and then it is associated with uh, the memories that we recall most vividly. No.
Most vividly એટલે the memories that we can recall very well.
Hmm. વધારે એમ
હા, બહુ સારી રીતે તમે તેને
clearly.
યાદ કરી શકો એમ. You can recall those memories very well.
Yeah. Okay. It describes certain events that we wish we could forget. No,
Yeah,
that is
because it does not describe the events that we wish we could have
we could forget.
होता
Yeah,
था छह नहीं.
yeah. It describes hard facts such as when or where an event happened.
This was described in maybe first or second paragraph.
Yeah, I'm also not sure which paragraph has this
Yeah,
statement.
but this has been covered, so just eliminate this.
Okay. It is associated with a story we have created about ourselves. Yes, this is associated with the story. Here clearly mentioned that the
Narrative. Perfect, perfect.
narrative of their lives and select memories that contribute most powerfully to that narrative. So
Yes.
answer G. Okay. So, uh,
Okay, so now let's move on to the
next paragraph.
second last paragraph.
Yeah.
Pre-final paragraph.
Which paragraph?
Pre-final.
The final, last, second last.
Pre-final. Final, pre-final.
Okay. ಅವಳು ಕ್ವಾರ್ಟರ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಏನಿದೆ ತೆಗಿರು.
Ah.
Okay. Picture is emerging then. Okay. A picture is emerging then of the unreliability of our earliest memory. Emerging, emerging. It means to collect it. ભેગું કરવું.
Ah. Emerge.
Emerging. Merge કરવું.
Nee,
It
nee.
means
Okay. Have you heard of the word submerge?
submerge.
Uh,
No, no. I just heard merge word.
Merge. Okay. Then it's a bit difficult. Okay. Submarine.
Yes, submarine.
So, what
Vehicle
is a
which
submarine?
is there is a vehicle which is mm, run on the sea.
On the
Uh,
sea or
no,
under the surface?
under the sea.
Yes, under the surface of the ocean or sea. So,
Yes.
just break that word into two parts, sub and marine. So, the prefix
Marine.
sub
Yes.
indicates that it is lying somewhere below the surface of something.
Okay.
Sub and super, there are two prefixes. Like,
Yeah.
for example, subscript, superscript. So, superscript, where do you find superscript? It's above the character, and subscript is below the character.
Correct.
So, so basically, the prefix super means something which is above, and a sub is something which is below.
Yeah.
And what do
Marine.
you mean by marine?
Marine. I think marine. It's
Marine
in
life.
marine life. Yeah. Water inside the water.
Yes,
It's
not just water. Marine is something which is related to sea.
yeah.
Something related to water would be called aquatic.
Yes. Aqua. Aqua.
Huh. Aquatic.
It is related to sea, ocean.
Yes. So marine is a word which is somehow related to oceans. So submarine is what? It is a vehicle that moves under the surface of the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
So similarly, submerge. So uh, just predict what it could mean.
Submerge. It
Break
super
it up
thing.
into two parts: sub and merge.
Sub. It means above, right? Something that are above.
So what is below? If sub is above, then what is below?
No, sub is something related to below, and merge it
Then
means
no. What is above?
above super
Above is super and below is sub.
sub. Yeah, and
So,
merge it
submerged
means
in water. Have you heard of this phrase somewhere? Submerged in water.
mm, water સાથે ભળી જવું.
ભળી જવું તો ઈ તો મર્જ ઉપરથી તે કીધું હશે. To
હા.
mix with water. No, it's not that.
Okay.
Suppose you drop a pencil in a glass of water
Yes.
and it's completely covered with water. It is not above the surface of water. Then you said that the pencil is submerged in water.
ડૂબી જાય.
Yeah, ડૂબી ગઈ. એટલે it's completely covered. Titanic was submerged.
Yes. It totally inside the
ડૂબી ગઈ, it's not exactly ડૂબી ગઈ. ડૂબી જવું એટલે તો drown થાય. DROUN, drown.
CROUN.
અરે UN શું શું કહેવાય? W, sorry.
WN.
DROWN, drown.
Okay.
Submerged એટલે the object could be floating somewhere in the water body, but it is not above the surface. Not even a single part
Inside
of
the.
that object lies above the surface. It's totally under the surface of the liquid, but it could be anywhere inside the body. It doesn't. Drowning એટલે શું? The
ડૂબી.
object is lying at
Totally.
the bottom of the liquid. Now, if something is submerged, it does not necessarily mean that it is lying at the bottom. It could be anywhere inside.
Yes. Okay.
તરતું જ હોઈ શકે, but it's just below the surface.
Okay. Got it.
So that is submerged, submarine, and now the word emerge. Okay. So emerge and submerge. Can you
Submerged.
relate those two
Yeah,
words?
I think it was totally opposite.
Yes.
Right? EM.
Yes. Emerge.
That's right. So emerge it means it's a totally
A fish emerges from the
fish emerges from the
what?
so
From where does it emerge?
above.
Any above, below, that is okay, but from where? From where does it emerge?
From where does it emerge?
Fish, where
It
does the fish live?
in sea,
In
ocean.
sea or ocean. So from where does it emerge? Okay, you said that the word emerge is a
In
complete
building.
opposite of submerge.
Okay, in land.
Hmm?
Office boy પૂછ્યું ને મને.
Hmm, oh, fish,
Fish
machli.
ના એ તો હું સમજી ગયો.
Huh.
પેલો જે ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછાયો.
I don't remember asking anything about office, but okay.
Okay.
Whatever. You said that the meaning of emerge is completely opposite of
Of
submerge.
submerging.
Submerge. So as an example, we took fish as an example. Fish
Yeah.
emerges from the sea. From
Yeah.
where does it emerge?
Uh, Fish emerge in sea. So what?
Emerges from the sea.
Okay, emerges from the sea. Okay. So
So we could say that it's gradually coming out of the ocean, of the sea, of the water body.
yes.
So that's what the meaning of emerge is.
Okay, પણ તો આમાં મારે નથી ભેગો થતો. Picture is emerging.
A picture is emerging then of the unreliability.
Yes.
Wait. We are also talking about oceans and seas. So what's the difference between the two?
Ocean and sea both are same.
No, they are not the same.
They are different. Are they different?
Yes, they are different. Okay, how many oceans do we have in total?
7 or 8.
Yes, and how many seas?
મેં એમ કીધું કે 7 or 8 they are same, તો પછી આન્સર તમારો એ જ હોય ને.
બરોબર. There are many seas and only a couple of oceans. Why? Because ocean is a very large body of water. Sea is not as large as an ocean is. Sea is a miniature ocean, you can say. They're essentially the same, but the difference lies in the size of the water body. Oceans are massive, oceans are huge, whereas sea is not as big as an ocean.
આજ ખબર પડી આવી.
Uh,
ખરેખર મને નહોતી ખબર. મેં કીધું એક સેમ જ હશે.
a
Okay.
picture is emerging. Okay, we need to focus on this phrase. In the
Yes.
previous paragraph, we were talking about some childhood memories that are
Yes.
affected by the current profession of the individual. Right.
Yes.
So now
Yes. Right.
memory. How do you recall a memory? What happens when you recall a memory? Memories are not tangible. Okay, tangible.
Yes.
What do you mean by tangible?
It tangible. It means it mutable.
Nah, tangible એટલે something which you cannot touch. It does exist, but you cannot touch it. It does not have a physical existence. That is called tangible.
Tangible. T-E-N-G.
Tangible. So tangible એટલે basically something which you can touch, something which has a physical existence. But memory is not tangible. Like it does exist, but you cannot touch it. It does not have a physical existence. So what happens when you imagine something, or what happens when you recall some memory? It that the memory creates a picture on the screen of your mind.
Yes.
Because
Memory.
how do you recall memories?
It
We
is.
recall memories pictorially, right?
Yes. Yes.
Like,
100%.
try to remember something without imagining, without seeing a picture of that memory.
It is
Is
not.
it possible?
No. It is not possible.
Yes, sounds are also associated with memories, but what is the primary thing that comes to your mind? It's a picture,
Yes.
right?
100.
So here, if I say that a picture is emerging, so what is happening? Basically, a memory is arising in your mind.
Okay.
Emerging, it's coming out. Slowly, gradually, it's coming out. It is coming into view. Earlier it could be hidden, now it is coming into view. So it is emerging, it is rising.
Okay. It is rising.
Yes, a picture
Coming
is
spelling
emerging.
double name આવશે કે સિંગલ એમ?
શેમાં?
કમિંગ
coming કેમાં?
સ્પેલિંગ માં એમ ડબલ આવશે કે સિંગલ આવશે?
coming ક્યાં આવ્યું આમાં?
અરે કમિંગ અપ, કમિંગ આઉટ.
અચ્છા, ઓ
કમિંગ. ઓકે, સિંગલ એમ આવે ને, મારે સ્પેલિંગ જોવો તો મેં એકવાર ડબલ એમ કરી નાખ્યા હતા. ઓકે.
So why is this picture emerging? The picture is emerging because you are recalling a memory. And whenever you recall a memory, it is always without failure associated with some sort of image, some sort of a picture. So
પિક્ચર.
whenever you recall a memory, a picture will emerge. It will come into view.
યસ
And
ડેફિનેટ.
of the unreliability of our earliest memories. We had come across this word reliable in the previous passage, or maybe the one before that. Do you remember reliable?
Just one. I think I have noted.
Yes, you had written it.
No, instance recognize. I think there is nothing. I have not. નહીં, આ વર્ડ નથી આવ્યો.
આવ્યો હતો.
તમે લખો હોય તો રિયલી રિલાયબિલિટી એટલે ટકાઉ વાળું થવું જોઈએ.
રિલાયેબલ તે લખ્યું હોય.
રિલાયેબલ તો ટકાઉ હોવું જોઈએ પણ નથી તો મને ઈ ખબર હશે.
No, we had discussed a few more synonyms of the word reliable. Dependable,
હા ડિપેન્ડેબલ સાઈડ આવેલું.
bank upon.
હા લખેલું છે તો ઓકે. તો મળે છે.
So if something is reliable, you can depend on it. It is dependable. You can bank upon it. But here we are saying that a picture is emerging. But of what? Of unreliability of our earliest memories.
Unreliable.
Unreliability of our earliest memories. એટલે the earliest memories, you cannot depend upon those earliest memories. Why? There could be many different reasons. uh, First reason could be that you're not able to recall that memory in it. You're not able to recall it vividly. You're not able to describe the fine details of that memory. That is why it is unreliable.
Okay.
uh, so you might
Unclear.
have forgotten parts of it. That's why it's not so reliable.
Not totally clear. That it is partially clear.
Yeah, it's partially clear. It's hazy. It's not completely clear.
Yes.
So that could be one reason why your earliest memories are unreliable.
Exactly.
The
Unre-
other possibility has been described in the previous passage. Your earliest memories are influenced by your profession, right?
yes.
So, say for example, today you are a software developer. Tomorrow you become a singer. Then your earliest memories will change. You will start remembering things when you suppose you had participated in a choir night when you were the age of 6. Then you'll remember that. Being a software developer, you're not going to remember that you had participated in a choir night, right?
Yes.
Because your memories are influenced by your profession.
Yes.
So they will keep changing. The earliest memories will keep changing depending upon your profession or hobbies. So that's why they're unreliable. And there is also a third reason why these memories could be unreliable.
Okay, got it.
And what got it? But what is the third reason?
હું તો બે રીઝન ગોતી દીધા.
Scroll up. Scroll up. Jo. In in the third paragraph, look at the last line. This implies that earliest memories are influenced by social priorities. So we are comparing the American children with the Asian children, and we found out that American children were mostly self-centered, whereas Asian children were not. So the social priorities, the cultural values also impact your earliest memories.
Yes.
So they are highly subjective, right?
Yes.
They cannot be depended upon. They will keep changing from time to time. They will keep changing from culture to culture. They're not something which you can rely on. That is why they are saying that the picture that is emerging, a picture is emerging then of unreliability of memories. So see,
Okay.
in this paragraph we have discussed the unreliability because we have said that the memories depend on social priorities. In this paragraph we are saying that
Memory.
memories
The
are directly related to your profession. Okay, now if
profession.
you go to the second paragraph, child amnesia,
Okay.
you see that you cannot remember anything until the age of 3.5, right? So there are some memories which you tend to forget. Anything that happens before the age of 3.5 will be forgotten. So
Yes.
this is one reason. The second reason is in the third paragraph. Social values, cultures. Okay, no,
The
sorry, fourth paragraph. Fourth
yes.
paragraph. And one more reason is in the paragraph following that it is influenced by what? The profession. So the memories, the earliest memories that you form are a direct function of the three reasons we have described above. So
Yes.
naturally, if they depend on three separate reasons, they are not dependable. They
Yes.
will change as the reasons change. So that is why the author is saying that a picture is emerging. Whose picture is emerging? So it is written here of the unreliability of earliest memories. So now we know that the earliest memories are unreliable. So
Yes.
it's just a fancy way of saying that the earliest memories are unreliable. And but
Yes.
he is saying that a picture is emerging of the unreliability of earliest memories. So it's basically the same thing, right?
Yes.
Now is it clear?
Yes. Yes. Completely clear.
Hmm.
Okay. Certainly, studies shows that some earliest memory are simply made up. However,
No,
this seems
made up. There was a full point. You did not respect the full point.
yes. મને ક્યારે એવું લાગ્યું હતું પણ ચાલ okay. Certainly, studies shows that some earliest memories are simply made up.
Made up. Made up એટલે?
Made up એટલે બનવું. એમાં
So are simply made up. So what does that mean?
composite of એવું કંઈક હતું ને.
Composite. Okay, composite. That is fine. But he made up of something to this is only made
Comprises.
up
Comprises.
comprises. But that is made up of what? Wheat flour,
એ
chickpea
તો
flour.
મેં કીધું ના. I am just saying about meaning of made up.
Nah,
Comprise.
what you're saying is made up of. Comprises che, so that is equivalent to made up of. So you're
Okay.
talking about the constituents. You're talking about the ingredients of something, the building blocks of something. An atom is made up of what? Electrons, protons, neutrons. So it is made up of those three substituents. No,
Okay.
this is not made up of. Made up and made up of are different.
I think made up it means બનવું.
Yes, Banvu, that is okay. So made up is you're just coming up. So શું કીધું છે? Certainly, studies show that some earliest memories are simply made up. So you have made those memories up. They actually do not exist, right? They are fake. They do not exist. You are the one who have created those memories artificially.
Yes.
No events have occurred in your past that could have left those memories in your consciousness.
Okay, got it.
You are making up things. તું તારી જાતે બનાવસ.
હા, મારી પોતાની ઘડેલી.
હા.
Study shows that some earliest memory are simply made up. સામાન્ય રીતે earliest memory એટલું study એવું
નહીં,
કહે છે.
simply made up. તો simply એટલે સરળતાથી made up,
નહીં,
easily made up.
નહીં, easily નહીં, તો સામાન્ય રીતે simply.
It's there for emphasis. This
In
word
general, just
simply is just emphasizing
the
this
made up word.
this word, this made up. Okay.
Yeah.
Studies show that some earliest memories are okay. Instead of simply, you could say totally made up, completely made up.
Mhm.
એવું કહી શકાય. So totally, completely, simply, they don't have some. I mean, you could omit those words, but it's there to just put an
Me-
emphasis on the idea.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. However, this seems to be a small minority.
Okay, what is a small minority?
Uh, Small minority. Earliest memory, which is simply made up.
Earliest memories which are simply made up
Okay. Earliest memory, which are simply made up by
by the
ourselves.
people. Hmm.
Yeah. Made up by people,
Hmm.
which is a small minority.
Yes, it's just a very small minority. But
Yes.
much more common.
Okay. Much more common is that our earliest memory may be uh, pieced together from different element of reality.
Okay. Now, much more common. So, earlier we were talking about a small minority. So,
Yes.
much more common is what?
થોડી વધારે common છે.
Arey, nahi.
Yes.
And we were talking about a minority. And now we are talking about?
much more common.
But so
So
what is the antonym of minority?
આપણે કેમ ઓલી
Don't explain the term minority.
ઓકે so
What is the antonym of minority? Earlier, we were talking about small minority. That is fine. Now there is a contrast because we have
majority.
this phrase much more common. So I'm just
Okay.
asking you to replace this much more common with the antonym of minority.
Okay. Less
No, okay. First of all, what is minority? Is it less or more?
minority less.
Less. So what could be the opposite or antonym of minority?
Less નું વધારે huge
More.
more. Hmm.
But that is more and less. What is the
Um,
exact antonym of minority? Minority
major.
in શું હોય? It is commonly used in what? The elections, minority party and
Minority religious.
Alright, okay, that is fine. You know that this word is used in the context of politics. It is used in the context of religion. So if there is a minority religion, if there's a minority party,
Yes.
what do you call a party or a religion who has thousands and thousands of followers? What kind of a party is it, or what kind of a religion is it?
More common.
તે માઇનોરિટી રિલિજન તો તે પોતે કીધું ને,
હા.
તો તે એવી બે વસ્તુ નથી સાંભળી કે એક માઇનોરિટી હોય તો બીજું શું હોય?
Majority.
માઇનોરિટી રિલિજન અને બીજો કઈ જાતનો રિલિજન હોય?
Majority હોય.
કયો?
Majority.
હા બસ, તો હું આટલું આટલું જ પૂછતો હતો.
મેજર એટલે બહુ વધારે એમ.
હા, minor, the word minority is derived from minor.
Yes.
Majority
Minor.
is derived from major. So just see, look at this, much more common. The much more common શું હોય? Majority હોય.
Is that earliest memory maybe?
So earlier we were talking about small minority. Now we are talking about something which is very common. So much more common એટલે શું હોય? It has to be the majority.
Yes.
Okay, it has to be either minor or major. It cannot be
Yes.
anything other than that, isn't it?
But previous sentence clearly mentioned that minority. So second sentence must be a majority.
Yes, so majority of the earliest memories.
Maybe pieced together from different elements of reality.
Okay, peace એટલે hmm?
એ piece એટલે કટકા થતું
Peace
ટુકડા.
એટલે શું? Man, I am not able to hear you.
Okay, it means શાંતિ.
PEACE.
તો આ piece એટલે
Write
કટકા
it
થતું.
down, write it down. PEACE.
Okay, આ ભાગ કરીએ freedom from disturbance, security. We just want to drink a few beers in peace. Okay, ભાગ પાડવો ઈ કટકા વાળું.
તને તો ડેફિનેશન વાંચીને શું વાંચ્યું તો તે?
Freedom from
તો આમાં કટકા કરવાની ક્યાં વાત આવી?
ભાગ પાડવાની વાત આવી એટલે કહું છું.
ક્યાં ભાગ પાડવાની વાત આવી?
Just want to drink a few beers in peace.
So if you don't know the meaning of a word, how do you expect to understand the sentence? Does it make any sense? If you don't know the meaning of a word, how will you understand the sentence? How will you understand this phrase, beers in peace?
Because here is a few word. Few it means less.
So what is few? What does this modify? Few beers. So what? You're just talking about a couple of beers, 2 beers, 3 beers.
And so I think it was peace. It means claim, tranquility. So how many actions and three? Quite.
એમ નહીં, આ નથી સમજાતું તને? ટ્રેન્ક્વિલિટી તો ઓકે, યુ માઇટ નોટ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ટ્રેન્ક્વિલિટી, બટ બીજું કામ
હા આ એક થોડું આ સમજાય છે કામ.
એટલે
તો પછી ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ
અરે use a Gujarati word to say what this could mean.
કામ કામ એટલે આપણે ઓલું બાદશાહ નો હોય કેવું કહેવાય
હા, બાંધતા ન હોય તો શું હોય?
અપાર શાંતિ હોય.
શાંતિ હોય. હા, એક્ઝેક્ટલી. તો કામ એટલે શાંતિ થઈ, તો પીસ એટલે શું થયું?
શાંતિ.
તો હવે now read this sentence again. He just wanted to drink a few beers in peace. So what does he want to do?
શાંતિથી અમે થોડુંક બિયર પીધું એમ.
થોડુંક બિયર પીધું એવું કીધું?
ફ્યુ બિયર.
યસ.
બિયર ઇન પીસ.
So he, let us say he drank 3 cans of beers. Then he wants to, sorry, he wanted છે. So he wants to drink 3 cans of beers in peace. એટલે શાંતિથી એને 3 બિયર પીવા છે.
બટ અહીંયા તો કઈક બીજો વર્ડ છે પીસ. પીસ ડિફરન્ટ PIECED.
Piece of cake.
PICED નથી PIECED. પીસ ઓફ કેક એટલે ઈ કેક ના કટકા. assemble something from parts of piece. હા તો બસ એ જ થયું ને.
હા, આ પીસ એટલે કટકો થયો અને ઓલું પીસ એટલે
એ શાંતિ થઈ.
હા,
તો અહીંયા હું કટકો જો પછી કટકા જ બોલ્યો તો ને પેલા
તું
કટકા
બોલ્યો
બોલ્યો
તો કટકા, ધેટ ઇઝ ઓકે, બટ ધ સ્પેલિંગ વોઝ રોંગ. તે સ્પેલિંગ જે કીધું એ ખોટો હતો.
નહીં પછી હું કન્ફ્યુઝ થઈને પછી મેં એને શાંતિમાં કન્વર્ટ કર્યું.
પણ તું આ વસ્તુ, ધીસ ઇઝ વેરી કોમન, યુ શુડ નોટ ગેટ કન્ફ્યુઝડ. આમાં તને કોઈ ગમે એટલું કન્ફ્યુઝ કરે તોય તારે કન્ફ્યુઝ ન થઈ જવું જોઈએ આમાં. એટલે કે when do you get confused? Only when you are unsure, when you are not 100% sure of the definition, only then you will get confused. બાકી તને ગમે એટલું કોઈ કે તને ખબર હોય જે વસ્તુની, એમાં તું કન્ફ્યુઝ થા કોઈ દી?
ના એમાં તો ન થાય.
That means you did not know the meaning of this word properly, or maybe you did not know the spelling.
Yes.
That is why we have to revisit it again.
Yeah, right.
હવે પીસ એટલે it is a part of whole.
Part
કટકો.
of
So now what are we doing? Much more common is that our earliest memories may be pieced together from different elements of reality. So are we breaking up our memory into different parts?
યસ નહીં ટુગેધર કીધી છે ભેગી કરવાનો ટુકડા.
Together છે. So we are assembling different pieces of reality. શું કીધું છે? From different elements of reality. So the different elements of reality could be it's the 5 senses. The sense of vision, the sense of hearing, the sense of touch. It could be anything. So out of those 5 senses, elements of reality could roughly translate to the 5 senses that we have. So we are assembling pieces of uh, the different elements of reality, the pieces of different senses, like and then you are constructing a memory out of it.
Yes.
For example, you could take the smell of the food that you love and then combine it with the musical instrument that you like to listen to, and then you could merge them into some sort of a memory. You can form a memory out of those two different elements of reality. So piece together એટલે you are just combining them together. Just like a jigsaw puzzle. In a jigsaw puzzle, you have different parts, and you just piece those
So
parts to form a whole.
yes, okay, got it. Piece together from different elements of reality. Majority is that our earliest memory may be pieced together from different element of reality. They may feature an item that we do remember from our childhood, such as a farm or toy, pram, but embellished in some way to include a larger event. They may feature an item that we do remember from our childhood, such as pram,
Pram
toy,
or toy.
toy, but pram,
I don't know the meaning of pram. Search for it.
um, pram.
Pramukh Swami.
મને ઈ દેવો પ્રમુખ સ્વામીનું નામ કવડું છે ગૂગલ સર્ચમાં તો
એ જ ને પ્રામ લખ્યું પ્રમુખ સ્વામી.
ઈ તો ઠીક પણ આને શું છે એમ
પ્રણાલી રાઠોડ.
આ ટોપ ટ્રેન્ડિંગમાં શું કરશે આ આનું નામ બહુ મોટું લાગે છે
હોય છે.
ઇમેજ બહુ બધા છે એટલે મે બી હશે હાલ ને ઓકે પ્રામ મીન્સ આ ચેર બેબી સીટર ચેર
Okay. I didn't know this.
ઇવન
Hmm.
તું તને ન ખબર હોય તો મને કોઈ જ ન ખબર હોય એટલે
એવું
મારી
ન હોય એટલે આમ બધું ઘણા બધા શબ્દો હોય નોય ખબર હોય અમુક વસ્તુ.
મેં એવું જ જોયું તને ન ખબર પેલો વર્ડ મળ્યો મને પ્રામ આ છેલ્લા 6 થી 7 વર્ષની અંદર 6 વર્ષ ક્યાં 6 પેલો વર્ડ જોયો મેં કે they may feature an item that we do remember from our childhood, such as pram or toy, but embellished in some way to include a larger event.
Okay. They may feature. So whom are we talking about? Or what are
Uh,
we talking about?
we are talking about unreliable memories.
No, we are not talking about unreliable memory. You read the previous sentence.
Okay, majority is common that earliest memories may be pieced together from different elements of reality. એકટકાઓને ભેગા કરીને memory
So
create.
what are we talking about? We are talking about the memory that we have pieced together from various elements of reality.
Yes,
So we are talking about the memory which we have artificially
created.
we cannot say that we have created it artificially, but we have just formed it by combining various aspects of reality.
Yes.
So we are talking about that kind of memory. હવે પછી શું કીધું? They may feature an item. So what will they contain? We are talking about the contents of that memory.
That memory, yeah.
They may feature an item that we do remember from our childhood. So since we know that we have made up that memory by combining different elements, right?
Yes.
So one of those elements would be an object that you remember from your childhood, such as a pram or a toy.
Yes. Do remember from our childhood, such as pram or toy.
Yes, so
And
there are multiple uh, constituents with which that memory is made up. And
yes,
one such constituent is an object that you remember from your childhood. And examples are a pram or a toy. But
yes,
embellished in some way. So why but? Because this is not all. The memory is composed of many different elements, not just an item that you remember from your childhood. So we have already discussed about it, that is over. But again, we have something more to it. What is it? Embellished in some way to include a larger event. Embellished, it's just a fancy way of saying decorated. It's a
Dec-
synonym of decorated.
Yes, Sukanya.
I couldn't think of a way to to explain this word. That's why I just told you the definition.
Decorated.
Decorated. Embellished is decorated. Decorated in some way to include a larger event. So
Hmm.
it's not limited to a toy or a pram or any object that you remember from childhood, but somehow it has been modified in such a way that it includes a larger event.
Yes.
Suppose you remember teddy bear, then that is a simple object, right? But
Yes.
you somehow associate it with your birthday, let's say. Then
Yes.
a birthday is a large event in your childhood, right? It's not
Yes.
a very insignificant event. You celebrate your birthday only once a year, so it's a large event, it's a significant event. So you're associating an object that you remember from your childhood, which is a teddy bear, with some large event such as your birthday. So that is what embellished or decorated means.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Okay. Or they may feature information that actually comes from a photograph. હા એ બરાબર છે. એને તો એક ત્રીજા પાર્ટની વાત કરી, એક ફાર્મ એન્ડ ટોય ઓબ્જેક્ટ વાળું કીધું, પછી આ ઇવેન્ટનું કીધું, and they may information that actually comes from photograph પરથી come up નું કીધું.
Hmm.
Family story, memories that we have heard from somebody else, or some combination of all these.
Okay, wait. Just one thing. We have not talked about through three separate things. Object and decorated with a larger event. They are the part of the same memory, right?
Yes.
It is item plus event. It is not item and or events. They are not separate.
Okay.
Right? Because we have this word embellished. So neither this toy exists in itself, nor does this event exist alone. They both are in a combination. The object is being decorated by this event. So they are in conjunction. એટલે આ એક વસ્તુ થઈ. Or now we have something else, right? Anything in the previous sentence was a part of a single thing. Now we are coming up across something which is separate. And what is it? Information that you can derive from photographs, family story,
Memory, memories
or a
that we
memory that we have heard from somebody else. So it may not be our memory at all. It could be somebody else's memory. Maybe
હવે આપણે
even a combination of all these. આ
yeah.
બધાનું મિશ્રણ.
હમ. એ બધાનું હોઈ શકે એમ.
Hmm. A mixture of all these things: photograph, family story, memories that you heard from, say, let's say, your neighbors.
Okay. Uh, if you want to, research shows that some memories stand out from the rest as much clearer and more colorful.
Okay, so some memories stand out from the rest. You can easily tell those memory apart from the other memories.
Yes.
You can easily distinguish those memories from the other memories. Stand out. So uh, how can you stand out from your peers when you have some extracurricular activities on your resume, or if you participated in some competitions, then you can easily stand out from the rest of your peers. So what does that mean? Somebody can easily recognize you, somebody can easily distinguish you from the others. એટલે
Yes.
એનો મતલબ they stand out. So
Okay.
research shows that some memories can stand out from the rest. We are talking about a group of people. Out of those memories, out of that group of memories, you can identify some memories. You can easily separate them from the rest. Why?
Clear and
Because they are
colorful.
much clearer and more colorful. Clearer, so it's obvious because you just remember more details. That's why they are clearer. And why colorful?
Colorful, it means easily. Can
Yeah,
you describe?
colorful. Look at this sentence: pieced together from different elements of reality.
Hmm.
So uh, it's
reality છે
it's
તો
more
એમાં
colorful, so it's more vibrant. You can say it's more vibrant. And how can it be more vibrant when you are involving different senses? You are involving touch, you are involving vision, you are involving your auditory senses. Auditory એટલે
ગૂગલ ઇટ.
સ્પેલિંગ એ ખોટો. હા, સાચો આવ્યો.
હું ત્યાં ખોટું કીધું તો હું તો આગળ પાછો.
Auditory.
Relating to the sense of hearing. Okay, સાંભળવાનું sense.
Yeah, so whenever you're involving all these senses, it will make your life more colorful, right? Just imagine a life without the senses. Just imagine a life where you cannot see things, or where you cannot hear something, where you cannot touch something, where you cannot smell something. How would that life be? It would be totally boring, right? You won't have anything to do.
Yes.
So, and what happens if you have all these senses, if you're able to enjoy all these senses? You say that your life is more colorful, it's more vibrant. So it does not necessarily mean colors. It's not like some things are gray and white, black and white, and other things are colorful. No.
ના એમ નહીં. ગુજરાતીમાં એમ કહે કે માણસ રંગીન છે એટલે it doesn't mean એ કલરફુલ છે.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
બહુ હસમુખો અને બહુ સારો એવો હોય.
સારો માણસ છે તો રંગીન છે, મોજીલો માણસ છે એને
આમ
જ. મોજીલો માણસ
exactly.
એટલે એ કઈ હા ઈ જ ન કરે રાખતો હોય આખો દી, પણ
Always be happy રહેતો હોય. Always be
જોલી.
jolly.
JOLLY.
એટલે always happy.
હેપી ગો લકી.
હા એલા કાલ મારે હેપી ગો લકી આવ્યું હતું એક જગ્યાએ. કાલ જ આવ્યું હતું પણ મેં એને ઇગ્નોર કર્યું. મેં કીધું આ ગો લકી એટલે મેં કીધું આ કદાચ ખોટું હશે.
ના ના, હેપી ગો લકી એટલે એમ ખુશ મિજાજી માણસ.
ઓકે એમાં એમ હતું આઈ એમ હેપી ગો લકી. એવું કંઈક સેન્ટેન્સ હતું આઈ એમ હેપી ગો લકી. ઓકે ગોટ ઇટ. તો એને જોલી જોલી કહેવાય. આઈ એમ જોલી પર્સન. These are usually formed during what's known as the reminiscence bump, which occurs between the age of 16 and 25. But even these memories are no less likely to be created.
Okay, reminiscence.
I don't know. Search કરી નાખીએ.
Reminiscence. Remnant. Okay, remnant.
Remnant સાંભળ્યું છે but I don't know. A story told about a past event remembered by the narrator.
Now search for the word remnant. Remnant.
Remnant. Okay. A part or quality that is left after the greater part has been used, removed or destroyed.
The best example is hetwad. The leftover food.
હેઠવાડ. ઓકે ને રેમિનન્ટ કહેવાય. રેમિનન્ટ.
ના, રેમિનન્ટ એટલે હેઠવાડ ને રેમિનન્ટ કહેવાય એવું હું નથી કહેતો.
So
it is just an example.
Okay.
Remnant
Okay.
એટલે remains of something which is left over. પાછળ વધ્યું હોય ઈ.
Remain. Okay. Remains.
હા.
Remain something. હવે આ તો ખબર હોય પણ હવે remained નથી ખબર. Remnant.
તો remnant is something which is left over, કંઈક પાછળ વધ્યું હોય એવું. So reminiscence is something similar એમ. જે જૂની memories છે, યાદગાર એટલે ઈ શું છે કે સમથિંગ which happened in the past and like
Yeah, yeah.
it has left an impression on your memory.
Hmm.
So it is not
આખો
exactly related to the word remnant, but this is how I remember this word. When I first came across this word reminiscence, I looked up this word in the dictionary and I found that it means something that is
related to
related to somehow that is related to memory. And then I tried to relate it to the other word that was remnant. A remnant એટલે something which is left over. તો મેં એને એવી રીતે યાદ રાખ્યું કે the memory which left a long lasting impression on my memory. So that is remnants.
yeah. And
But
કાંઈ
this
bump
is this is just the way I had remembered this word. It isn't આ કોઈ logical explanation નથી પણ આ ખાલી
હા એ સમજી ગયો
હા
okay. But here is remnants bump.
this is just a term that this author is introduced.
Okay. કીધું છે which is occurs between the age of 16 to 25.
Which is occurs નથી જો તું વાંચસ
which
એ ખોટું તારા મગજમાં હોય તો નહીં જ વાંચસ.
which occurs between the age
And
of
this is why you will always make this mistake when you speak, which is occurs.
yeah which are is મને લાગી જ જાય which are આવે
એવું છે ને તું વાંચતો નથી તું you're not reading everything carefully, you're just some things, they just happen automatically, you're not paying attention to it.
ઘણા વર્ડ ને આખા હું ઊંધા જ વાંચી નાખું છું.
You keep reading what is there in your mind, you're not reading what is written. That is the problem. So you keep making the same mistake again and again because if you read what is written, then only then you'll be able to correct your mistakes. And for that you need to be 100% attentive. Otherwise your mind is going to mutilate the whole meaning of this word, of the not
Utility?
just the word, the passage.
Utility.
Mutilate. Mutilate.
It means
uh, you should see the image. Enter the word mutilate in Google Images. It's going to be horrific, but that's how you remember it. Mutility nahi, Mutilate.
mutilate.
No, don't read the definition, check the images.
Oh, it's a horror. Great. Mutilate.
જોઈ એવી image no આવી. Okay, but okay. Check the definition.
આવશે આવું કઈ inflict a violent and disfiguring injury on. Bengal male disfigure cut off face cut off
Okay. Disfiguring એટલે what do you mean by disfiguring?
figure નો કરી શકાય એવું. We
No,
cannot figure out it.
figure એટલે શું? Figure એટલે form.
Form of.
અને disfigure એટલે
એનું કઈ ફોર્મ ન હોય without forming.
without form, we are not talking about ghosts here. To disfigure something, it's a verb, it's not a noun. So when you disfigure something, you are just destroying the form. You are
Okay.
purposefully
Cut to
deforming.
piece. Cut to piece. એવું જ થયું ને disfigure.
એટલે ફિગર હોય એ ફિગર ને બગાડી નાખે છે.
ઓકે
શું
હોય
કહેવાય?
એવું ન લાગે. હા એ સમજી ગયો. ફોર્મ ને ડિસફોર્મ કરે છે.
હા, disform ન કહેવાય, it's deform.
ડિફોર્મ હા ડિફોર્મ. Okay. They are usually formed during what's known as the eminence bump, which occurs between the age of 16 and 25. તો એ
So,
આવ્યું તો ક્યાંથી વર્ડ
so શું થયું? These kind of memories are formed during which period?
16 and 25.
What is that called? What is that period called?
Reminiscence bump.
Reminiscence box. So now you have one answer.
But even these memories are no less likely to be created.
Okay. But even these memories are no less likely to be created.
Created. લેસ આવ્યું ને લાઇકલી આવ્યું અને આગળ નો આવ્યું.
Okay. Forget about no. Likely એટલે what does likely indicate?
લાઇકલી ઇન્ડિકેટર વધારે.
Likely એટલે what does it indicate? More likely and less likely. There are two things. I'm just asking you what does likely mean? We have come across this word before.
Yes. Give me a second. Give me a few seconds so I can I just need to arrow ripple relayed. Likely એટલે ના ફેવરમાં થવું જોઈએ but I didn't mention in my book.
Less likely hoy, more likely hoy. It is likely to rain tomorrow.
It is likely to rain tomorrow.
It will most likely rain tomorrow.
તો એ આવતીકાલે વરસાદ ડેફિનેટલી આવશે.
એવું કીધું મેં?
મોસ્ટ લાઇકલી.
Most likely. Okay, forget about most likely. It will likely rain tomorrow.
It will more likely rain tomorrow એવું ને. આવતીકાલે વરસાદ રેન રેન આવવો જોઈએ.
આવવો જોઈએ. So what does that indicate?
તો એ should આવે પણ you say will. It's a probability. Likely તો ના ફેવરમાં એટલે વરસાદના ફેવરમાં નહીં.
The likelihood of you succeeding is higher if you work hard.
તો એ probability નહીં એવું તો ન થાય.
એક likely છે, બીજું likelihood છે.
Likelihood છે હા. નથી મારો મગજ ચાલતું.
If you prepare well for the test, the likelihood of you achieving more than 7 bands is higher.
So it's a probability.
Probability. તો likely શું હોય?
A probability.
So it will most likely rain tomorrow.
Yes. So yes, its probability is higher.
Yes, the probability that it will rain tomorrow is higher.
Yes.
The probability is pretty high. Most likely. એટલે more often, most probably it will rain.
Likely equal to probability.
Possibility, probability. Now you have another. Okay, before we proceed to less likely.
Okay.
Possibility. Should. We had already discussed this, I guess. Should અને બીજું શું હતું?
Should હતું અને એક હતું
May અને might.
may might.
Yes. Difference between may and might.
may એટલે લગભગ એમ ક્યારેક શાયદ. અને might માઇટ બે સેમ જ થતું હતું ને.
We had discussed this yesterday,
yesterday નહીં પર
maybe day before yesterday.
yeah, day before yesterday. Man, okay, it's a priority. May it means it's a high priority. Possibility માં priority આપીએ તો એમાં high priority મેની હતી. Might ની થોડી less priority હતી.
એવું થાય?
એવું જ
Okay,
હતું ને.
what is more
Possibility
probable?
more
If I say
probable.
that an event may occur, is it more probable, or when I say an event might occur, which of the two expresses a higher
Okay.
probability?
Might occurs has a higher probability.
It's
Defense.
not priority. We are talking about probability, and a might has higher probability. It expresses a stronger possibility of something.
Yes.
Yes. And a
And a
may
will less possibility.
weaker possibility.
Weaker possible.
Likely. So likely is probability, possibility. So less likely and more likely. There are two phrases. So if I say that something is less likely, what does it mean?
Is more and more probability. Higher probability. Less એટલે ઓછું ને likely. Like probability વગરનું તો એ statement હોવું જોઈએ.
Likely એટલે શું?
Probability.
પ્રોબેબિલિટી. તો એની આગળ લેસ લાગે તો એ કેવી પ્રોબેબિલિટી હોય?
Less probability.
તો હાઉ ડીડ યુ સે મોર પ્રોબેબલ?
આપણે આગળ એવું ક્યાંક આવ્યું હતું. અગર સપોઝ કોઈ લેસ વર્ડ હોય તો
એ આગળ નહીં, એ પાછળ હોય. બોર્ડર લેસ, તો ઇટ ઇઝ વિધાઉટ બોર્ડર.
ઓકે, એ પાછળ હોય. પ્રિસીડિંગ બાય લેસ.
આ આગળ લેસ છે. ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ આફ્ટર લાઇકલી.
ઓકે.
એક બોર્ડરલેસ હતું કે આઈ ડોન્ટ રિમેમ્બર ધ એક્ઝેક્ટ વર્ડ, બટ લેટ અસ સે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ બોર્ડરલેસ. તો બોર્ડરલેસ એટલે વિધાઉટ બોર્ડર. Limit, yes, the exact word was limitless, without limit.
લિમિટલેસ હતું. ઓકે.
પણ
તો
અહીંયા
મને
લેસ આગળ છે, પાછળ નથી.
there are no less likely.
નો ને ભૂલી જા, લેસ લાઇકલી.
બરોબર, મારો મીનિંગ તો આજો તો પણ આગળ નો હોત તો. ઓકે, લેસ લાઇકલી એટલે ઓછી પ્રોબેબિલિટી વાળી.
ઓછી પ્રોબેબિલિટી, અને મોર લાઇકલી ઇઝ
વધારે
વધારે
પ્રોબેબિલિટી.
પ્રોબેબિલિટી વાળું. હવે નો લેસ લાઇકલી એટલે ડબલ
મોર
નેગેટિવ.
પ્રોબેબિલિટી. મોર પ્રોબેબિલિટી વધારે.
મોર નહીં. Okay, logically you are correct. If you have two negatives, then it becomes a positive. So if you say that no less likely, so it basically no and less cancel out one another, and what remains is likely. So if you have no less likely, so એનો મતલબ શું થાય? You can just delete this both these words, and then you can say these memories are likely to be created.
Yes.
એવો મતલબ થાય. પણ it is not 100% correct. Here what the author is trying to say is they are equally like.
Okay.
તો જો more અને less ઈ બે હોય ને તો then the probability might be higher or lower. But when you come across such phrases, no less likely, it will mean that it is equally probable.
Okay.
આપણે કહીએ ને કે હું એના કરતા ઓછો નથી એમ.
બરોબર.
So what does that mean? You are not less than some other person. So you are equally capable as that other person.
Yes.
આ
Okay,
ખાલી
good.
ઊંધેથી કાન પકડાવાના રસ્તા છે. You are not no less likely. So it is equally likely.
It's same probability છે એની.
So now is this sentence clear?
Yes, even these memories are no less likely to be created. Even these memories are equally likely to be created. Okay. So અને જઈએ ફિફ્થ પેરેગ્રાફમાં. વોટ ઇઝ ધ રાઇટર ડુઈંગ ધ ફાઇનલ પેરેગ્રાફ. ઓકે, તો આ ફિફ્થ પેરેગ્રાફ આ જ હતો.
Hmm. Hmm.
ઓકે, સર્ટન ટાઈપ ઓફ મેમરી આર ઓફન ઇન્વેન્ટેડ.
Okay, invented એટલે
જનરેટ થાય, ઇન્વેન્ટ થવું, કંઈક ઉદ્ભવ,
આવિષ્કાર કરવો.
આવિષ્કાર કરવો.
And discovery?
ડિસ્કવરી ઇઝ ઓલ્સો નહીં, ડિસ્કવરી થવું એમ એક્સિડેન્ટલી. નહીં, ડિસ્કવરી એટલે શોધખોળ થાય ને.
Yes, discovery is something which you find out, which already exists. You only find it out. For
ફાઇન્ડ ઇટ
example,
આઉટ.
law of gravitation. Then you are not inventing that law of gravitation. You are just discovering it. It was already there. You didn't know that it existed. So it does not mean that it did not exist before. You are
ઓકે, ગોટ.
only finding it out. So that is discovering something. And inventing એટલે for example, computers. The computers did not exist.
ઇટ ઇઝ
You,
ઇન્વેન્ટેડ.
yes, you have invented them. You are creating something which did not exist before.
યસ, યસ. ઓકે, સર્ટેન ટાઈપ ઓફ મેમરીઝ આર ઓફન ઇન્વેન્ટેડ. તો પેલા બધા વાંચી નાખું કે આને ટીક માર. છે તો એક. પછી મેમ્બર્સ ઓફ ધ સેમ ફેમિલી હેવ સિમિલર મેમરી. આવું તો એને કઈ કીધું નથી. નહીં, આ ફોટોગ્રાફની વાત કરી છે, પણ ઓર મે ફીચર ઇન્ફોર્મેશન, એટલે એટલું બધું કીધું છે. વી હેવ હર્ડ ફ્રોમ સમબડી એલ્સ. It's also part of one part of it's a piece of memory. Some people have more reliable memories than other. એવું નથી કીધું. Some people have more reliable
Comparison. Do we have any comparison?
No, there is no there is no comparison in this paragraph.
બરોબર. આ વખતે એની નીકળતા રહી ગયું.
નીકળી જ ગયું હતું, પણ
રહી ગયું.
હવે થોડુંક યાદ રહી ગયું છે, મગજમાં ફિટ થવા માંડ્યું.
It only needs some hammering.
Yes.
Some people have anytime you come across such questions or such options where you have comparison, always ask yourself, have we come across any comparison in the paragraph? If no, then you can eliminate it safely. There's no harm in eliminating it.
Yeah.
Comparison છે જ નહીં તો શું કરવાનું?
ક્યાં કરવાનું આવે, બરાબર છે. And memory are constructed from variety of sources. Yes. Here is clearly mentioned that the memories are made up of by piece together different element of reality. Variety of sources. તો આ sources છો ને, તો આ તો ડેફિનેટલી આવે છે આન્સર. તો બાકીના
ડેફિનેટલી આવે, અને થર્ડ ઓપ્શન ડેફિનેટલી નો આવે, that you know.
અને
now we need to
a certain type of memories are often invented. So I am એમ જ કીધું, some earliest memory are simply made up.
Okay, yes. So do you think that is the paraphrase of invented?
Yes.
Okay, so this information is a part of the passage. So keep that as an option, keep that as a probable candidate. So A and D are probable candidates. C is not at all the answer. So now we need to think about B.
Second one. A member of some family have similar memories. હવે જો અહીંયા એમને કીધું કે it is also part of somebody else. We have heard from somebody else. એની મેમરી છે, એના ઉપરથી એને કીધી, એટલે આપણી મેમરી પણ.
Okay, that is correct. But somebody else, does it necessarily have to be a family member?
It's not necessarily. Sometimes.
તો અહીંયા શું કીધું એણે? અહીંયા જે ક્વેશ્ચન છે, મેમ્બર્સ ઓફ ધ સેમ ફેમિલી હેવ સિમિલર મેમરીઝ. તો
ના. ઓકે, તો અહીંથી તો એ નીકળી જાય. સેમ ફેમિલી હેવ સિમિલર મેમરીઝ.
પેલી વસ્તુ તો શું છે, somebody else does not necessarily have to be a family member. અને બીજી વસ્તુ ઈ કે we have heard from somebody else. તો
યસ.
અહીંયા એણે એવું કીધું છે, members of the same family have similar memories. તો it's a having, it's we're talking about having same memories. એ બે members ની memories similar હોય છે, but
ના
here
ના એવું.
we are saying that the memory that we have heard from somebody else. So we will formulate a memory based on what we have heard from somebody else. So here we are describing the processes or events which will lead to the formulation of my own memory, right?
યસ, you're right, right,
We are
absolutely
not
right.
discussing about the memories of our family members.
Yes.
અહીંયા કઈ રીતે તારી મેમરી ફોર્મ થાય છે ઈ કીધું છે કે you could either gather information from a photograph, a family story, right? Not a family member. It's a
Right,
family
right.
story. And even if you gather memories from your family members, it does not necessarily mean that you will have similar memories, right? You
Right,
you
right.
might take some chunks of the memories of your family members and then modify it with something else, with your own perception.
Yeah.
So there is
So,
always a possibility that you will modify your memory as you like.
yes.
And the main concept of this paragraph is that you are
Made up of.
formulating memories by piecing together different aspects of reality. So to koi ek memory hase, you will not assimilate that memory as it is. You will modify it
Yes, yes.
by you will modify it by combining many different elements. So definitely when you are combining different elements, what will happen? The memory will change. It will not be similar even if you have taken it from your family member.
I got it.
That is why this is completely wrong. C is completely wrong. Now we need to choose between A and C. Now, okay,
A
now we
and
have to
A and
focus. uh,
A and D, not C.
Sorry, A and D. Yes,
So
the first
option
and the
A
last
and D.
options. What is the
So
question?
what is the writer's main point in the fifth paragraph?
Okay, now A and D both are correct, but
Yeah.
we need to choose the option that is the main point of the fifth paragraph. So one of the option would be a small detail that is mentioned in only one or two
One
sentences.
line.
It's not the main
Okay.
concept.
Okay, it's only one sentence.
And the other option would be discussed throughout the passage. So you need to pick an option that is being discussed throughout the passage and not in just a small portion of the paragraph.
Okay, got it. ઓકે, ત્યારે બે વસ્તુ જ્યારે નીકળે ત્યારે ડિટેલ ની જોવાની.
ના,
How
ત્યારે
detailed
ડિટેલ ની
it
જોવાની એવું નહીં. Whenever two options are correct, you have to look at the question. If the question was, let's say I'm changing the question, what is the writer's least important point in the fifth paragraph? Main point nahi. I want to know
at least point.
I want to know a point which is not so important. Then the answer would be A. But otherwise, if I say that I want to know the main point of the fifth paragraph, the answer would be D. So what I'm trying to say is that if two answers are correct, don't directly assume that you have to go with the one which is being discussed at length in the passage. You read the question. એવું
Okay.
એવું મગજમાં ભરીને નહીં આગળ હલવાનું કે ભાઈ આ છે તો આમ જ હોય. No, don't assume anything. Read the question, read the options, read the paragraph, and then decide.
Okay.
Don't go in the exam with any ready-made answers or ready-made assumptions, because you might be surprised. Who knows?
Definitely.
So it's always the best idea to not just a good idea, it's the best idea to read everything and keep your mind open. Because
And
if you come across some situation that you have not encountered during your practice, then you'll make mistakes. But
lose the mark.
keep your mind open, then you'll see, okay, the writer is asking me to pick the main point. And so you'll pick the main point. If the writer is asking you to do something else, you'll do that.
Yes, okay,
But
got it.
ઓળખીને ગયા હો ને તો લોચા જ થાય.
Hi, થાય જ. Magaf is every time should makes mistakes. Magaf makes mistakes each and
Mug
every
does
time.
not make mistakes. You make mistakes because you mug things up.
I make mistakes by mugging,
By mugging up.
mugging up. Okay, mugging no, mugging up. Mugging up sentence, paragraph, and there just that.
Hmm. So this question was a little trickier than the others.
Yes, because we have two right answers. That no, we have two options which uh, which we choose. We confuse about which is the right. Okay. અહીંયા કઈ હતું આનું? Flash bulb memory, reminiscence bomb. Okay. Which is occur between the age of 16 and 25. Even these memory are not okay, known as the IELTS. These are usually formed during what's known as the hello.
હા હા હા.
તો વાંધો નહીં મિત્ર બોલો નહીં. Okay. It describes recollection of that are associated with a very strong emotion. Okay. Eliminated. This is associated with a period of our life that we would like to return to. It describes the period of after which lifelong memory begins. It is associated with the memory that we recall most vividly. નહીં. Clear નહીં આમાં क्या बात है? These are usually formed during what's known as the reminiscence bump and which occur between age 16 and 25. Okay, it describes certain events that we wish we could forget. Certain events that we wish we could forget. Rakhyan. Describe a hard fact such as when or where an event happened. Nine. It is associated with the story we have created about ourselves. Yes. આ એણે એવું કીધું ને earliest memories made up. તો પછી આ પેરેગ્રાફમાં રેમિસન્સ બમ્પ જ આવતો હશે ને આન્સર.
The
Hello.
problem is, see, you are not here to read one paragraph. Your task is to read the entire passage. So if you keep forgetting what you read earlier, then nobody can save you from making mistakes. Okay, that's fine. You should focus on the paragraph which you are reading right now. But that does not mean that you start forgetting what you had read before. That is not allowed.
થોડોક ટાઈમ ગયો એટલે એ થોડોક ભૂલાઈ ગયું એમ બાકી.
Go to the previous paragraph. What is autobiographical memory?
This is the concept of that many people construct a narrative of their lives and select memories that contribute most forcefully to that narrative. એ તો અહીંયા આવી ગયું સ્ટોરી વાળું.
And it was you who chose this answer, right? I did not say anything. You had chosen this answer by figuring out that the word narrative is a synonym of story. That is why G is correct.
Yes.
તે pinpoint કરીને કીધું તું કે narrative છે એટલા માટે આ સાચો answer. And now you are choosing the same option for Reminiscence bump.
પણ રેમિનેશન બમ્પ ની ડેફિનેશન માં એને એવું ક્યાંય નથી કીધું, પણ ઉપર એને એવું કીધું હતું કે લેસ મેમરી આર સિમ્પલી મેડ અપ.
So they are made up. Okay, they are made up. So they are invented. So story, it is associated with a story we have created about ourselves. So made up એટલે story ની ક્યાં વાત આવી આમાં?
એની વાત નથી, પણ ક્રિએટેડ બાય અવર સેલ્ફ.
હા, but story, it is associated. Is it associated with a story?
It is not associated
It
with
is
the
made up.
story.
Okay, you have created it, you have invented it, but are you associating it with a story?
No, no.
So, okay, which options do we have now?
Uh, E and F.
E and F.
નહીં, describe hard facts such as, ના આમાં hard fact ની તો કઈ વાત નથી, એટલે only E.
Only E. It describes certain events that we wish could forget. એવું ક્યાં લખ્યું છે? Show me where. Yeah, if
એવું
you're
તો
choosing an option, you should be ready with a sentence or a group of sentence or some sort of evidence with which you can support the answer you have chosen.
certain events ની વાત કરો, પણ એવું નથી કીધું that we could forget.
Don't just choose anything blindly. If you choose something, then you should have a piece of evidence to support it.
ઓકે, આનો કોઈ સપોર્ટ નથી મળતો, આનો જસ્ટ પીસ મળે છે. ઇવેન્ટ્સ, સર્ટેન ઇવેન્ટ્સ ની વાત કરી છે, બટ that we could forget એવું તો ક્યાંય કીધું નથી.
So that means you cannot say that E is the answer.
Yeah. તો આમાંથી તો મને એક બીજું લાગતું which is lifelong memories with you. નહીં, આવી તો કઈ વાત નથી.
Okay, wait. Read the second last sentence of this paragraph. Research shows that.
Okay, research shows that some memories stand out from the rest as much clearer and more colorful. મેં આજ નહોતું વાંચ્યું, અહીંથી મેં ચાલુ કર્યું.
ઈ તો તકલીફ છે, જે મેઇન જે આન્સર હોય ને તું ઈ જ નથી વાંચતો, બાકી બધું વાંચ્યું હોય.
અરે યાર, અને ઓથર આ જે આન્સર ક્વેશ્ચન
હું
ચેક
ક્યારનો
કરી.
ઈ જ જોતો તો, મેં કીધું આ એક સેન્ટેન્સ છોડીને બાકી બધું વાંચે છે.
એ જ નહોતું વાંચ્યું મેન. Research shows that some memories stand out from the rest as much clearer and more colorful. પણ મેં તો these are તો આ these કોને રિફર કરે છે ઈ મને ખ્યાલ ન આવ્યો, મગજમાં ન બેઠું કે with
એ
these.
તો વાત છે કે ધીસ છે તો ઈ પ્રોનાઉન છે, તો પ્રોનાઉન હોય તો ઈ સાલું કોકને તો રેફર કરવું જોઈએ ને. So you have to go backwards. Don't read the sentences that follow these. First you need to understand, whenever you encounter a pronoun, you need to associate it with the noun that it is referring to. Without
Yeah.
that, you will get confused.
Research shows that some memories stand out from the
Now
rest
read
as
D.
clear. It associated with the memories that we recall most vividly.
So recall most vividly, એટલે when can you recall a memory vividly? When it is clear and colorful.
Colorful.
And when does it stand out from the rest? When you're able to remember it. Otherwise, there are so many hundreds of millions of memories, but one memory stands out from the rest. Why? Because it is very clear and colorful. It is vibrant. સાદ્રશ્ય હોય એટલે.
બીજી વસ્તુ એ મોસ્ટ વિડલી આવ્યું તો મેં એવું કીધું કે કેટલા સેન્ટેન્સ જ ન હોય એમાં ક્લિયર વર્ડ જ ન આવ્યું. ક્લિયર એન્ડ
But
મોર.
that the only problem is you I don't know why, but you missed that sentence altogether.
બધું વાંચ્યું, ઉપરના બધા વાંચ્યા ને એક જ બાકી રાખ્યું હતું પેરેગ્રાફ, અને ઈ જ આન્સર હતો. ઈ તો ક્યારે પડશે મારે. આન્સર ઇઝ ડી. ડી જ આવે ને.
Okay, now we just have half an hour to complete this paragraph. I have to leave at 12.
Okay. કેટલી વાર છે કેટલી? 30 minutes.
Half an hour.
Half an hour. એટલે અડધી કલાક જ થઈ ને.
હા.
Okay. In fact, research shows that only so-called flashbulb memories are likely to be completely true.
Likely.
Probably.
હા.
Memories are probably to be completely true. Research shows that the only so-called so-called કેમ એવું હોય? વચ્ચે કાઢી નાખું. That only flashbulb memories. સો કોલ્ડ સો તો કારણ પાછળ આવવું જોઈએ પણ સો કોલ્ડ શું કામ આઈ ડોન્ટ નો આને
So
રિમૂવ કરી
called
એને કહેવામાં તેથી એને કહેવામાં આવે એમ.
so called
આની કઈ જરૂર નથી લાગતી મને સેન્ટેન્સમાં તો બી.
અરે તું 1 મિનિટ શાંતિ રાખ ને કે મને વિચાર નથી આવતો હું કેવું. ખાલી આપણે એમ કહીએ ને ખાલી કેવા ખાતર કહીએ છે ઇટ્સ સમથિંગ લાઈક ધેટ.
ઓકે.
A
So that
so-called
only
moralist. Okay, so-called moralist. Suppose I say that a person is a so-called moralist, then what does that mean? It means that he is not a moralist in reality, but he's just a he's apparently he is a moralist, but actually he is not. એટલે so-called એટલે whenever something is apparently true, you say that that is just so-called રિયાલિટીમાં નથી. It is not actually true, but it it seems to be true. ખાલી દેખાવ પૂરતું એમ apparently.
દેખાય
Hmm.
દેખેતી રીતે.
In fact, research shows that only so-called flashbulb memories are likely to be
Be completely true.
completely true.
Completely true. Okay. These are memories that derive from event about which we have particularly strong feelings. Perhaps,
Perhaps.
perhaps, perhaps બોલવાનું હા ઓકે થોડુંક અલગ બેઠું મેં કહ્યું perhaps બોલતો. Perhaps of intense sadness or happiness.
So we are talking about flashbulb memories. So perhaps these are the memories that are completely true. So earlier, the memories that we are talking about in the previous paragraphs, all of those memories were somehow dependent on some external factors such as your profession or that childhood amnesia or the social values. And in the second last paragraph, we were talking about memories that were formulated by combining various elements of reality. So somehow all of these memories had an element of
Partially true.
hmm?
Partially true.
Yes,
Maybe.
all of those memories were partially true. They were not completely true.
Yes. It is the completely true flashbulb
This is the
memory.
only type of memory which is completely true. So these are the
Yeah.
memories that derive from events about which we have particularly strong feelings, perhaps of intense sadness or intense happiness.
Yes.
So how do these memories form? They form from events about which if we are happy, if we are very happy about some event, or if we are very sad because of something, then we are most likely to remember that event. And flashbulb memories form from such events during which we are extremely happy or extremely sad.
Hmm. Probably of intense sadness or happiness. Yeah. But most of our other earlier memories are, at least to some extent, chosen by us.
Hmm.
Some extent.
Some extent એટલે up to some extent એટલે some extent.
At least to some extent. એટલે ક્યાં સુધી એમ કોઈ હદ સુધી.
હા એમ એવું
Memories are at least some extent. Their limit સુધી એમ. Upper limit કે
એક
lower limit.
point સુધી up to a point they are at least to a certain degree. Yes, you can say at least to a certain degree. Most of the other early memories are at least to a certain degree chosen by us.
બરાબર છે. The question is so
So
does
does this really matter?
જોઈએ મેટર કરે કે નહીં. નથી ખબર. They are still much
No, no,
loud
no.
when
This is a rhetoric question. This is a rhetoric question. There are two types of question. One is the question to which you are seeking an answer, like what is your name? Then it is not
answer
a
નો.
question on which you start thinking and philosophizing. It's a
હા,
it's an it's a question that
just
you need an answer to. અને ઈ સામે વાળો જ કહી શકે. You cannot think about it. And
good.
there is other type of question. It is called a rhetoric question. RHETORIC.
હા, એ મને ખબર છે rhetoric questions.
So why do you ask rhetoric questions?
હા, એ નથી ખબર કે શા માટે એને કીધું એમ.
So
બટ એ ખાલી
it's
કહેવા માંગે છે એનો આન્સર આપવા માંગે છે, ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ કરવા માંગે છે that thing.
yes, exactly. You are not trying to gain answer from somebody else. You are trying to uh,
And
you want
more,
to tell it indirectly. You are not saying it directly. But by asking a rhetoric question, you are forcing your reader to think
yeah,
and after thinking upon your question, he or she will be able to come to a conclusion and he'll be able to understand what you indirectly wish to tell. Right? You're not telling it directly, but by thinking on your question, the reader will be able to understand what you had intended to say, even though you did not.
yeah, got it.
And that is a rhetoric question. So the question is, though, does this really matter?
Uh,
તો હું એમ તને પૂછું, હું તને ઘણી વાર એમ પૂછું, એમ સાચું છે? તે જવાબ ચૂઝ કર્યો એ સાચો છે, તો am I asking you or am I saying that what you've chosen is wrong?
yeah,
શું?
એટલે તું શું કે છો તે મને ક્વેશ્ચન વિશે ઈ પૂછું છું કે પછી કે છો એમ?
સપોઝ અત્યારે તું આન્સર ચૂઝ કરતો હોય, તું ગમે ઈ એકવાર આન્સર ચૂઝ કરી લે, તો હું તને એમ કહું કે એમ એ સાચું છે,
Yeah.
તો what does that mean?
It means you મારે કાંઈ હા પાડવાની એમ સાચું છે કે નહીં એમ.
અરે
અરે ત્યાં મને એમ કીધું તો તું ઇનડિરેક્ટલી કેવા માંગે છે એ ખોટો છે એમ.
હા, તો એમ જ થયું ને. હું તને વર્ડમાંથી એમ ઊંધેથી પૂછું કે એમ આ તે જે ચૂઝ કર્યું એ સાચું છે એમ.
ના એટલે એ ખોટું છે અને તું એને એવું કેવા માંગે છે ઇનડિરેક્ટલી.
હા, તો હું કઈ તને પૂછું છું કે સાચો છે ખોટો, મને ખબર જ છે કે ખોટો છે, તો આઈ એમ ટેલિંગ યુ, પણ આઈ એમ નોટ સેઇંગ ધેટ ઇટ ઇઝ રોંગ. I'm asking you a rhetoric question, so just so that you can think on it and you understand that it is wrong, it is not correct.
Yes, okay.
So આ શું થયું? Does this really matter?
It's a rhetoric question.
So what does it actually mean?
It mean એ મેટર કરે છે એમ.
અરે પાછી ગાડી યા નહીં આવીને ઊભી ગઈ.
Does this really matter? એ ખરેખર મેટર કરે છે.
So is it a question or are you trying to say something?
I am trying to say something.
So
Not questions.
so say what are you trying to say?
They are still much loved memories and perhaps we can learn about ourselves for them. So it is doesn't matter.
યસ એક્ઝેક્ટલી. હવે મેં તને એમ પૂછ્યું કે એ સાચું છે, તો તે શું, તો એનો મતલબ શું થયો કે આન્સર ખોટો છે. When I ask you, is it correct? If you choose an option and if I know that the option that you have chosen is wrong, I ask you this question, is it correct? And then you answer.
Yes.
No, I'm not asking, I'm not expecting an answer from you, but you will automatically understand that, okay, what I've chosen is wrong. So what are you doing? Correct. So you are
Yes.
negating the word correct and understanding that it is wrong. So J, so basically you are converting my sentence into its negative form to actually derive meaning from it. So whenever you come across a rhetoric question, what do? You have to convert it into its negative form. Only then you'll be able to make sense out of it. So અહીંયા એને એવું કીધું કે the question is, does this really matter? So convert it into negative. This does not matter. So that is your answer. That is what you need to understand from this question.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Rhetoric question આવે ને તો always પહેલા તો તમને ખબર પડવી જોઈએ. You should know that this is a rhetoric question. You should be able to identify that this is a rhetoric question. Okay, now once you identified that this is a rhetoric question, you need to negate it. Only then you will be able to understand. કારણ કે ઊંધું જ હશે, તને જે કેવું હશે ને એનાથી ઊંધું કહેશે.
હા, એ એક ક્વેશ્ચન ટાઈપ મને ખબર હતી, પણ
પણ જો
એ
આવું
નથી.
આવું આવે ને, આવું સેન્ટેન્સ સ્ટ્રક્ચર કે the question is though does, so you need to start thinking, okay, does it really matter? Okay, no, it does not matter.
It doesn't matter. They are still much loud memory, and perhaps we can learn about ourselves from them. Okay. They are still much loved memories, and perhaps we can learn about ourselves from them.
So from
આપણે
this sentence also you will realize that this does not matter. So
yes, it
the
doesn't matter.
support, if you say that this does not matter, that assertion is supported by the next sentence. So
Yeah.
if it really had mattered, then we would not say that they are still much loved memories.
Yes.
Because you can only say this if that does not matter.
Hmm.
So you'll get the evidence by analyzing the sentences that follow that rhetoric question.
Okay. Got it. Memories, and perhaps we can learn about ourselves from them. Often, these memories are strong indicator of who we are or would like to be, and exchanging first memory with others fosters connection and intimacy.
Okay. Often these memories are strong indicators of who we are. So these memories
Indicate who we
tell,
are.
indicate એટલે tell who we are.
આપણે કોણ છીએ? Or
Yes. Or who,
or we.
or would like to be, or who would we like to be in the future.
Hmm.
Present, who we are, that is present. Would like to
And
be, future.
like to be in future,
Hmm.
and exchanging first memory with others fosters connection and intimacy.
Intimacy. Okay, so now this talks about your memories. Now, up until now, we are talking only about our own memory. Now, what
Mhm.
happens when we share this memory with somebody else? Exchange our first memory with others. એટલે you're sharing your memory with somebody else, right?
Yes.
So, what happens when you share your memory with others? It fosters
Connection.
it fosters connection and intimacy. So what could this mean, foster?
ખબર થોડી
Connection and intimacy.
કનેક્શન કહેવાય, ઇન્ટિમસી નથી ખબર. કનેક્શન
Intimacy એટલે આત્મીયતા, closeness.
ઓકે, લખવું પડશે. તો ફોસ્ટર્સ.
So fosters is what? What does it? So how do you develop intimacy? Sorry, મેં જ કહી દીધું.
ઇન્ટિમસી એટલે આત્મતા,
આત્મીયતા એટલે closeness.
ઓકે, મને ઈ કે ને ક્લોઝનેસ. ઓકે.
With memories with others. So intimacy. So આત્મીયતા છે, closeness છે. તો does it happen overnight?
Does it happen overnight? Overnight.
Overnight એટલે
overnight વધારે overnight ખેંચ્યું એમ નથી કહેતા?
એટલે શું? પણ એ તો ક્યાં ખેંચે overnight એટલે?
overnight કામ કર્યું એમ.
હા તો એટલે એનો મતલબ શું થાય?
આખી રાત કામ કર્યું.
આખી રાત કામ કર્યું. પણ હવે okay, that is correct, that is not wrong, but here I am talking about something different. Does it happen overnight? Can you become intimate friends overnight?
Yes, maybe.
How?
હવે ક્લોઝનેસ છે, પણ મને ઓવરનાઇટ મીનિંગ નથી એમાં ભેગું થતું.
Okay, can you learn a language overnight?
Yes, why not? હા, I can learn language overnight.
બહુ હોશિયારી ભરાઈ ગઈ.
Sorry, sorry, I can't learn language overnight. Just few hours, બસ.
એટલે તને પણ સમજાતું જ નથી. અરે હવે શું એક્ઝામ્પલ આપું? ઓવરનાઇટ
તો મેં
okay,
એક જ મિનિટ
okay,
કરી
wait,
એટલું.
wait, 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 wait. There's a 500-page book. So can
Okay.
you read it overnight? Can you finish reading it overnight?
એટલે આખી પૂરી કરવી એનો મતલબ એવો થાય?
Finish એટલે શું થાય? Finish નો મતલબ.
પૂરી કરવી.
So can you finish reading a 500-page book overnight?
No, that is impossible.
હવે now what does overnight mean?
Impossible.
Oh,
નહીં, નહીં. There is no, not completely.
નાઇટ એટલે તો નાઇટ જ થાય, નાઇટ એટલે રાત જ થાય.
હા, પણ એ ફ્રેઝમાં તો વાત કે છે ને મને.
હા, તો ઓવરનાઇટ એટલે શું થઈ શકે? વિચાર કર તું ખાલી. You cannot finish reading a 500-page book overnight. So what can't you do?
તો અડધી બુક વાંચી શકું એમ. Half of the, some portion of the book can read.
You can read a portion of the book, okay, but overnight. My question is overnight.
It is hardly, નહીં, વધારે
Okay,
પડતો
what are the things that you can do overnight? તો શું કેવું બીજું તો? Something which is easy to do.
એક કામ કરું, સર્ચ કરી લઉં પોસ્ટર.
રાતોરાત ઓવરનાઇટ એટલે રાતોરાત.
હા, રાતોરાત તમે
રાતોરાત કોઈ નવી ભાષા શીખી હક?
ના ન શીખી શકીએ. કમ્પ્લીટલી ડન ઇન ઓવરનાઇટ ન શીખી શકે. સમથિંગ ડિસ્ક્રાઇબેબલ પિક્ચર્સ ટાસ્ક ટુ
પણ
બી.
આ નહીં જ ભેગું થાય, કારણ કે હું કંઈક અલગ જ રીતે સમજાવતો હતો.
તો કંઈક મને અલગ કે છે, આમાં તો કંઈક
પણ ઈ તો ઈ બે વસ્તુ ભેગી કરાય જ નહીં કોઈ દી.
તો લોચો થઈ જાય. એ ઓલું વાંચ્યું ને.
હવે તો ઈ પૂરું જ કરવું પડે. ઓવરનાઇટ ચડી ગયા. ઓવરનાઇટ એટલે રાતોરાત. હવે મેં તને કેટલા એક્ઝામ્પલ આપ્યા. મેં પહેલા તને એમ કીધું કે કેન યુ લર્ન અ લેંગ્વેજ ઓવરનાઇટ? સો યુ સેડ યસ. તો રાતોરાત કોઈ નવી ભાષા શીખી હક?
ના, ન શીખી શકું. ના.
હા, તો પેલો એક્ઝામ્પલ ઈ હતો. પછી આઈ સેડ કેન યુ રીડ અ 500-page long book overnight? યુ સેડ નો. ઓકે,
નો.
તું રાતોરાત 500 પાનાની બુક નો વાંચી શકે, ધેટ ઇઝ ટ્રુ, બટ ઓવરનાઇટ એટલે શું? રાતોરાત.
રાતોરાત, યસ.
So intimacy, okay. Now can you become intimate friends overnight?
નો, રાતોરાત એવા કોઈ એટલા નજીકના ફ્રેન્ડ ન બની શકે.
Exactly, you need some time, you need some time
You need
to
time,
develop
space.
that kind of relationship.
Yes.
તો હવે જો હવે શું થાય છે? When you share these memory with other people, you dash connection and intimacy. Suppose, let us forget that there is this word connection and we only have intimacy. તો શું થાય? memories with other dash intimacy. તો intimacy ની આગળ જે word આવે, the word that comes before intimacy should somehow relate to what?
Time.
Yes, time. So
Time.
can you say that you develop a relationship over time?
No.
નહીં.
હા.
શું કામ નહીં?
એ શું ક્વેશ્ચન શું છે? કેન યુ
So can you develop a relationship over time?
ઓવર ટાઈમ? હા, ઓવર ટાઈમ માં તો થઈ જાય, ઓવર નાઇટ ના થાય.
હા, ઓવરનાઇટ નો થાય, પણ ઓવર ટાઈમ તો થાય ને.
હું ઓવર નાઇટ સમજ્યો તો.
ઓવરનાઇટ એટલે સમય જતા.
હા, ઓવર ટાઈમ એમ. હું ઓવર નાઇટ સમજ્યો તો,
ના,
રાતોરાત.
એ નાઇટ પૂરી થઈ ગઈ.
ઓકે, ગોટ ઇટ.
So you
No.
can develop connections and intimacy over time. So the meaning of foster is what? Develop. Now look at the meaning of foster.
Foster is the meaning of develop.
Foster is meaning of develop નહીં. હવે તો ગોટા મારમાં foster નો meaning જોઈ લે.
Encourage the development of something, especially something desirable. Foster learning. Encourage કરે છે આને. Encourage the development of something.
તો now go back to that sentence. તો મેં શું કીધું હતું? Memories with others develop connection and intimacy.
It's over time.
હા, તો ઓવર ટાઈમ તો મેં મારું ઘરનું ગાયલું હતું, પણ સપોઝ અહીંયા ઈ નથી, ઓકે, તો just assume that they are developing this connection and intimacy immediately. There's no harm in assuming that, right? Our point is, the meaning of foster is develop. કંઈક ડેવલપમેન્ટની વાત થાય છે, to build something, to build a connection, to build intimacy.
Yes.
You can say build or develop, both the words are possible. You could use both the words.
Okay, got it. Foster connection and intimacy. Okay. Develop something. એટલે હા, એ બરાબર છે. ઓવરનાઇટ ન થાય. એટલે ક્યારે ઓવરનાઇટ આવ્યું યાર? કેટલું લાંબુ કર્યું. Such factors present important elements of our humanity, whether or not the memory itself is completely accurate.
So even if the memory is not completely accurate, even if it is if it is fake, then what happens? Such factors represent important elements of our humanity, whether or not so it does not matter. Even if the memory is fake, if it is not accurate enough, it does not matter at all. This still represents important elements of our humanity. So important characteristics of our humanity.
Yes.
માણસાઈની અલગ અલગ લાક્ષણિકતાઓની વાત છે.
Whether or not memory itself is completely accurate. Itself is completely accurate. So, what is the writer doing in the final paragraph? What is the writer doing in the final paragraph? એને શું કર્યું? Okay. Asking why.
Wait. Before you read all the options, just look at the first word. You'll be able to eliminate a few options just by looking at the first word. Is the writer asking something? Is the writer arguing? Is the writer suggesting? Or is the writer comparing? You just focus on these four words. You don't even have to read the entire option. Just based on these four words, you'll be able to figure out the correct answer.
Writer shows, research shows that એમણે કીધું છે, બતાવ્યું છે, so called plus big memory are likely to completely true. To be completely true. Fact probability છે.
Just see in the previous paragraph, I don't remember the fourth or the fifth paragraph, there were two correct options, and we were supposed to locate the option which was writer's main point, right?
Yes.
So,
main point.
Yes. Now come down to the last paragraph. Here you just read the first sentence and said that this is an assertion, but no. Yes. That is wrong. Why is it wrong? Because this assertion might be what do you say? It might be restricted to this sentence only. We need to see. I'm asking you to pick an answer based on the first word. And when can you do that? When you understand the entire paragraph, when you take the tone of the entire paragraph into account. Otherwise, you will definitely have to read the entire option, because you are bound to make mistakes. If you don't take into consideration the tone of the entire paragraph, you will make mistakes. So do this only when you are 110% sure of what is going on in the paragraph. Otherwise, please read all the options. બાકીની તો ગોટા જ લાગશે.
Okay.
તો હું તને જો you can save time, but when can you save time?
If I totally
understood everything, or better, if you are not sure, then it's better not to save time. Read everything.
Okay. Asking why false memory are so common. Second, arguing for more research into false memory. Argue તો ક્યાંય થતી જ નથી આમાં.
Hmm.
Suggesting that false memories still have value. એની value ની તો ક્યાં કાંઈ વાત કરવામાં આવી. Memories still have value. Comparing the value of true and false memory. Comparison આવી હતી? Memory itself completely accurate. Such a fact represents important in our humanity, whether or not memory itself so completely accurate. Comparison ની વાત નથી.
See, okay, reload the page. See, if I were you, what would I do? First, okay, go back to the last paragraph. Okay, so
Asking
if I were you, what would I do? I will look at the question, and the first thing that I realize is that, see, first you need to understand what the question is asking you to do. The question is asking you to understand the main purpose of the passage. Just like you were supposed to find out the main point of the paragraph in one of the previous questions, maybe in this the 34th question. This
yeah.
question is very similar to 34th question. Here the writer is not asking you to find the main point. Clear?
Yes.
હોલમાં
ના એટલે હું કહેતો હતો.
કઈ મને દેખાય છે.
Okay.
What is the writer doing in the final paragraph? So in this question, the author is not explicitly asking you to find the main point, but indirectly the writer is still asking you to find the main point of the paragraph.
Yeah.
And if I were you, what will I do? I'll try to find the main point of the paragraph. What is this paragraph trying to do? So I can find out the correct answer just by reading the first word. Okay, is the paragraph asking me something?
No.
It is not asking me. Is it
Yeah.
arguing in favor of, or is it arguing against something?
No.
No. Is it comparing two different things?
No.
No. So automatically the only option that remains is suggesting.
Yes.
Okay, I was not sure whether this author is suggesting something or not, but uh, I was safely able to eliminate the other three options. That's why the only thing that remains is fourth. And now let's prove why this is the correct answer. Suggesting the false memories still have value. Now,
Okay.
if you read this question, the question is, though, does this really matter? This is a rhetoric question. The meaning is it does not matter. And now, okay, now read the last sentence. Such
અને
factors,
અહીંયા કીધું જો they are still much loved memory and perhaps we can learn about ourselves from them.
yes. So even if those memories are fake, they still matter, right? And in the last sentence, you can see that such factors represent important in humanity, whether or not memory itself is completely accurate. So even if the memory is not completely accurate, it does matter.
Yeah.
They represent important factors or important elements or important characteristics of our humanity.
Yes.
Now, if you look at this option, what does this say? Suggesting that false memories still have value. So it's a direct paraphrase of saying that it does matter.
Yes, it does matter.
But what does matter? Suggesting that false memory still have value. So we can say that false memory still matters. અને અહીંયા આપણે કીધું હતું કે અહીં તો મેં તને કીધું હતું કે not matter આવવું જોઈએ because there is a rhetoric question, so you have to convert it into negative. So what does not matter? So when I'm saying it does not matter, but what does not matter? Even if the memory is fake, it does not matter, right? So what does that mean?
Much more.
We are combining two negatives together. That's why it will become affirmative, right? If you put two negatives together, it will become a positive. So if I say that even if it is a negative memory, it does not matter, I am saying that negative memories also matter, right?
Yes.
So if I say that negative memories also matter, can I say that false memories still have value? Because matter એટલે value, એની કઈક ઉપયોગિતા છે, એની કઈક કદર
Yes.
છે, value છે.
False memories also have some values.
Yeah, false memories also matter.
Yes,
Hmm.
it's matter.
That is why this is the correct answer. હવે આર્ગ્યુઇંગ તો ક્યાંય છે જ નહીં, આસ્કિંગ ક્યાંય છે નહીં, કમ્પેરિંગ ક્યાંય છે નહીં. અને even if you still want to double check that your answer is correct, then you read the entire option and then you can find evidence that supports it.
આ એક જોરદાર હતું, આર્ગ્યુઇંગ નથી, આસ્કિંગ નથી, તો આમાંથી જ નીકળી જાય બધા.
હા, એમ આ તો
Suggest-
તું છે ને, એમ તને સપોઝ યુ આર રનિંગ આઉટ ઓફ ટાઈમ, યુ જસ્ટ હેવ 30 seconds left, then in 30 seconds you cannot eliminate, you cannot read all the options in the entire paragraph. If you just have last 30 seconds, what do? You immediately, you just look at the first word and start eliminating the wrong answers.
Right, right.
થઈ નહીં જાય, but there are other ways to solve that question also.
Yeah, got it.
અને
Then
reminiscence bulb અને okay, read the first line. In fact, research shows that only so flashbulb memories are likely to completely true. These memories that derive events about which we have strong feelings.
strong feelings.
Now
And
now
describe recollection that are associated with a very strong emotion. અહીંયા બેઠો પેરાફ્રેઝ મળી ગયો કે નહીં?
હા, મળી ગયું પૂરું.
બેઠો they still are not no memory paraphrase strong feeling perhaps. Okay. Okay. આન્સર જ જોઈ લઈએ. આન્સર હા હતા તો ખરા. એ જ છે આન્સર. ઓલામાં તો આપણે સી સ્ટીલ મચ લાઉડ મેમરી તો વેરી ઓહો. અને જે પોઈન્ટ આઉટ કર્યો તો એ જ બેઠો પરફેક્ટ છે. હા હા 40 out of 40. હાલો હવે આ આખા પેરેગ્રાફ ની અંદર વર્ડ કેટલા છે કહું? 25 થી 50 75 75 ને 10 બીજા 85 વર્ડ થયા ટોટલ વન રીડિંગ ટેક્સ્ટ માંથી. હેલો
હા હા
હા 75 વર્ડ એવા હતા કે જે મને ટોટલી આઈ એમ નોટ શ્યોર વોટ એકચ્યુઅલી ધેટ
એટલે થાય
75.
સ્ટાર્ટિંગમાં બહુ વાર લાગે, ભલે એક પેરેગ્રાફ 1 કલાકે થાય, આપણે કાંઈ ઉતાવળ નથી, ક્યાંય ભાગી નથી જવું, પણ જેટલું થાય ને એટલું વ્યવસ્થિત થવું જોઈએ. કારણ કે તમે ઉડાડો ને તો કારણ કે તને જે વસ્તુ નથી સમજાણી, આજે નથી સમજાણી, તો કાલે સમજવી પડશે. સો વાય નોટ ટુડે?
Very well read.
Yes, there's no point in postponing it, because sooner or later you will have to encounter it. So the sooner you do, the better it is.
Yes. Later it may be hard.
Yes, later it will be harder. There's no way to escape from this reality.
હવે આ બધા વર્ડ ને એક એક વાર પાછા જોવા પડશે, એક એક વાર નહીં પણ રિપીટ કરવા પડશે ઘણી બધી વાર.
એ રિપીટ ઓલરેડી આપોઆપ થવા માંડશે, બીજી ટેસ્ટ આવશે ને એમાંથી.
એ ખરેખર એવું છે હો. એક વાર તમે કમ્પ્લીટ કર્યું તો બીજી ટેસ્ટમાં ઈ
હા,
વર્ડ
એટલે
હોય.
બીજી ટેસ્ટમાં તને આમાં જો લાઇકલી છે, લેસ વાળું ને આ બધા જે સેન્ટેન્સ સ્ટ્રક્ચર્સ ને હતું, એ બધી એટલી કોમન વસ્તુ છે, તને એક વખત સમજાઈ ગયું ને તો પછી જિંદગીભર ઈ બધું રિપીટ થઈ જ રાખશે, અને જેમ રિપીટ થશે એમ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ વધતું જશે. પછી બીજી વાર આટલી વાર નહીં લાગે બીજા પેસેજમાં.
બરાબર છે. હવે 100% સાચી વાત તારી.
હવે તને જે ઓલી સૌથી, એટલે હવે તો આપણે આ તો પૂરી થઈ ગઈ, તો હવે શું કરવું છે?
હાર્ડ લાગે ને ઈ એક